Yo, what's going on? It's D-Man bringing to you some more NBA 2K19 news. All this is part 2 of my impressions after playing NBA 2K19. First off, this gameplay. This is a pretty decent gameplay as a team. I enjoy playing in this game. I don't know who the other team is, but Philly said we can't lose. They did have WR and MPBA in their name, so we know they know what they're doing, but we still had to turn up. So let me go ahead and get into NBA 2K19. I'm a little behind, so I'm gonna start throwing out videos left and right, so be ready for that. So let's go ahead and get into NBA 2K19. At the end of part 1, I was talking about the motion in the game, and so I'm going to elaborate on that. Like I said, everything in NBA 2K19, for the most part from what we played, it flowed way better than NBA 2K18. And I mean, that stems from breaking out of a crossover into a drive, catching and shooting. I did not see a lot of those dragging animations. And also, if we're talking about cheesing, we could not figure out how to left-right. And I tried it a few times, not a lot, but like I said, the movement is a little bit different. They don't face the baselines. You know, they shuffle more when you have the ball in your hand. But I know how the 2K community is, so I won't say left-righting is out of the game or Zig Zagging is out of the game. You all will always figure out something. I don't know how, but you always figure it out. So, from what we played, left-righting as we know it is out of NBA 2K19, and that was good to experience. The next thing I want to talk about is the speed threshold, because this is a legacy issue. I did not get to experience NBA 2K19 enough to really dive into it. Now, on NBA 2K17 pre-launch and NBA 2K18 pre-launch, the speed threshold was way more logical. And then when the game came out and then they made a few updates, you know, that's a different story. But on NBA 2K19, I want to say the speed threshold is better. There are moments where when LeBron got out on a fast break, you know what time it was. He wasn't being caught from behind by DeMarcus Cousins or something like that. When LeBron was gone, he was gone. Same with Steph Curry. Steph Curry is quick too. He doesn't have LeBron's speed, but he's quick, and that made sense. One thing I want to look into is how the layups and dunks will work in a half-court set, because you know there's animations in NBA 2K18 and previous 2Ks where you slow down so much to lay the ball up or to dunk the ball. Now, I did not see a lot of that, but at the same time, I only played like 5 full games of NBA 2K19. So that's still to be determined, but from what I saw, it looked a little bit better. I feel like the floaters can use a little bit of work. There are moments where you kind of stop and slow all the way down to do a floater, and they seemed a little bit slow, but I mean, that was really the only instance. For the most part, if I had Steph Curry going for a lay, he was too quick. If I had LeBron on a fast break or going for a dunk, he was too fast, too strong, and there was not much you could do about it. In my last video, I talked about defense being really bumpy. It's not like you can't get to the lane. It's not like you can't get open. You can. So now I'm just going down the list, man. I want to talk about the steals and the passing lanes. By now, you probably read about the steals. I'll make another video on the new mechanics behind that. But you heard that defense is better, on-ball defense is better, but also playing the passing lanes are better too. If you're good at baiting people on 2K18, yo, you will be rocking with this 2K19, I promise you. Mainly because when you tip a pass, most of the time, it goes the direction it gets tipped. That's way more logical. And also, when you tip it, it stays in bounds more. And also, when you rip somebody, they can't call a timeout mid-animation to keep possession of the ball. That was very annoying in NBA 2K18. I tried it a few times in 2K19. It did not work, and hopefully it stays that way, because that is really the definition of a bailout in 2K18. So, like I said, defense all around, from on ball, in the paint, passing lanes, stealing, like, it's just way better in 2K19. And I'm not trying to gas. A lot of people say, oh, D-Man, you're just trying to get us excited. I promise you, I'm not trying to get you excited. It's just that I play 2K19 and a lot of people are wondering about it. So why not talk about it, right? And if you look at other people's videos, I've been watching Shakedown, I've been watching Smooth, I've been watching Stats. That's really the constant. The constant is NBA 2K19 has way better defense. One thing I do want to talk about is the rebounding, because I was looking for a big change in rebounding, but to be honest, I did not see a big change in the rebounding. Not saying 2K18 is completely bad, but there are moments where people get rebounds and they should not get the rebound. I mean, they have animations on 2K18 where you can fly to the other side of the paint. You can't be boxed out on the free throw line. You have guards getting rebounds over 3 bigger people. There's some crazy things happening with the rebounding in NBA 2K18. And I did not see a bunch of crazy things happening, but like I said, I've only played 5 games of NBA 2K19. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that the rebounding didn't feel that much different, but we'll have to see. I have to put a little star by rebounding, and hopefully they come out and say, yes, the rebounding is different in 2K19. But from what I played, I mean, I know how to box out and when to jump. So of course, when I felt like I should get a rebound, I got the rebound for the most part, I guess, which is the most important part. But at the same time, it felt just really, it felt the same. So we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure there'll be moments in 2K19 where it feels like the rebounding is kind of iffy, but we'll worry about that when we get there. And of course, now let's talk about a few other things, little things, but they play a big part in NBA 2K19. The triple threat, they added more triple threat moves. If you don't know, look, man, I called it, bro. The triple threat on 2K18 was a monster. I said everybody would love it, and for the most part, everybody loved it. And they added on to that in NBA 2K19. I did a few moves, a few shot creating moves. Look, it's deeper in 2K19. So I'm looking forward to really diving into that. One thing people are asking me about is the whole out of bounds or block and foul theme. I'll tell you in 2K19, and like I said, it was an early build, early. So in 2K19, from what we played, if people ran out of bounds, they ran out of bounds. They didn't bail people out with the block and foul call, which is something I like. You know, if I force somebody out of bounds, it's over with. Like I said, I had Iggy and I had LeBron doing what I wanted to do based off the right stick. I knew what he was doing, and if you use the right stick, you can force people out of bounds. So that was good also. Now, when it comes to animations, you know 2K always add animations every year. I did see a few questionable animations on the baseline, people diving for loose balls and stuff like that. And just like 2K18, sometimes it worked, sometimes it did not work. And sometimes people would try to save the ball, and I could not save the ball in 2K19. So I would want to see that. Kind of fits a little bit, but I'm not really tripping off those 2 instances. Like, I don't know, I have priorities in 2K, and that's like saving the ball and diving for the ball is kind of real low on my list, but I can see why people would want to know about it, definitely. But you know, it is what it is. I just wanted to talk about that really quick. So overall, man, this is my last video talking about my impressions of 2K19. I have news videos soon, but overall, I like 2K19. No gas. I feel like it was better than 2K18. I'm still playing 2K18 now, and the stuff I'm seeing in 2K18 is pissing me off because I know it's not there. So 2K19, I can't wait to play it again. It'll be fun.